A very good evening to all of you. I, Nandita Sikarwar, welcomes all the participants, professor, scientists, research scholar, and students of UGPG on day 4th of 7 days faculty development program on research methodology, bibliometric analysis, and data analysis using R. The FDP is organized by Society of Education, India, University of Agriculture Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka, European Laser Academy, Germany, Genome Biotech, Mathura, in association with Office of the Principal Advisor to the Government of India under Waste to Wealth Mission. Here we start the session for 4th day of FDP. I feel great honor to invite Dr. Nitin Wahi, project scientist, Pathfinder Research Training Foundation, for giving his expertise on grabbing major and minor research projects from funding agency to all of us during 4th day of faculty development program. Before starting the lecture, I would like to give a brief introduction of Dr. Nitin Wahi sir. At present, Dr. Wahi is project scientist, Pathfinder Research Training Foundation, Greater Noida. He completed his PhD in the area of algal biofuels, that is plant biotechnology, via UGC GRF Fellowship, ranked 61 in the year 2014. His specialization is in the area of cellular biochemistry and molecular biology. He has qualified a number of entrance exams, including ICMR GRF, CSIR NET GRF, LS, GATE Excel, HSCST GRF, etc. He has successfully completed 2 research projects from DBT, Government of India, and Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. He has published more than 30 research papers with the highest of 4.69 impact factor, 3 normal sequences of GenBank, and has published 2 books. Sir, please start the session.
Good evening all, and thank you. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone for inviting me up and giving me this particular platform to present my views on the topic of grabbing media.
Your voice is together.
Just a second. Just a second. Am I audible? Why is it coming the voice?
Sir, you are audible, but your voice lagging.
Sir, voice clear
Your
नहीं
voice
है.
is lagging.
I'm using the mic for that only. Just a second. Let me just check.
Sir, your voice is not good.
Hello. Yes. Because I'm using a mic, so I'm audible.
Sir, I think you will start from your phone. Your
Yes, sir.
you can talk with your phone and start your slides with your system.
एक्चुअली जी ऐसे कैसे कर सकते हैं कि फोन से स्टार्ट कर लीजिए.
सर फोन से आप दूसरे फोन से आप लॉगिन कर लीजिए.
ओके, मैंने लॉगिन किया.
वहां से आप सिर्फ वॉइस यूज कीजिएगा और अपने सेकंड माइक से आप जो आपका सिस्टम है वहां से आप पीपीटी स्टार्ट कर दीजिए और इस सिस्टम का माइक ऑफ कर दीजिए.
ओके, एक बार मैं माइक हटा के देखता हूँ कि आपको आवाज आती है. आप बताइए, अदरवाइज ऐसे ही करते हैं.
जी.
हेलो, नाउ आई एम ऑडिबल. सेम प्रॉब्लम.
यस सर.
ओके, so I'm logging on to my phone. What should I do?
फोन से सर लॉगिन कीजिए गूगल मीट पे.
सर मैं लॉगिन कर चुका हूँ
फोन से. अब आपको अपना माइक जो है सिस्टम का उसे ऑफ कर दीजिए. फोन का माइक ऑन कर लीजिए.
हेलो, ऑन एट माय फोन.
यस सर.
इको आ रहा है क्या?
यस सर, इको है.
मैं माइक हटा सकता. सर अब बताइए.
बिल्कुल ठीक है सर. आप स्लाइड सिस्टम से ऑन कर लीजिए.
जी, अब मेरी आवाज क्लियर आ रही है? सर अब मेरी आवाज सही है?
वॉइस क्लियर है? हाँ तो ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर हेल्पिंग मी आउट. Please also mention if my screen is visible to you all.
Yes sir.
Okay, I have maximized the screen. Ashwani ji, if something happens, please just tell me, because I'm very new to Google Meet. Just a second, putting this on charge.
Sir, turn on mic of phone.
Hello. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I have made it full screen. Still, it is not full screen, sir.
On PPT mode, normally PPT mode, please click on F5.
5. Okay. Clicked F5. Okay. Let me start from here. I have clicked on F5. On my system, it is F5 only.
ये presentation mode पे नहीं आया अभी.
On my system, it is showing full.
Okay. आप इसको दोबारा शेयर कीजिए.
Okay.
प्रेजेंटेशन दोबारा शेयर कीजिए.
Sharing and then again sharing.
Yes.
Then again. Now,
Not yet, sir.
sir, just a second, just a second, it takes. Now I'm going for the presentation mode. On my system, it is showing the presentation mode. Start.
Sir, you can start.
Sir, you can start from here. The slides are visible.
My voice is audible, not to.
Yes sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please turn off all
Yes,
the.
sir.
Okay. Hello and welcome all to the third day of the 7 days FDP program. And I am Dr. Nitin Wahi, presenting in front of you a lecture on grabbing major and minor research projects from funding agencies. I am a project scientist at PRTF Greater Noida and is associated with the FDP program as a director of Genome Biotech, Mathura. This is a startup that we started in the year 2020. And since then, we have been working to do something in the field of science. So as you can visualize the topic in front of you, grabbing major and minor research projects from funding agencies. Firstly, the most important criteria for any promotion, for any academic excellence, is having research projects, because research projects give you an adequate advantage over any other research credential, even research papers, even patents, or even any other type of publication, such as the DNA sequences publication on NCBI or any other thing. The research paper are the utmost, the research projects are the utmost achievements that can be made by any scientist or any research scholar. So let us look which are the funding agencies in India and how the research projects are being funded by these funding agencies to different scientists working across the country. Please look here. Writing a research proposal. What it takes to write a good research proposal. How a good research proposal can be written. So, if you look here, how to write a good research proposal and what are the key components for writing a good research proposal, we will have to see. Okay, I can enlarge this. So, writing a research proposals and what are the key components that could be included in writing a research proposal? Please look here. So what is a research proposal? Basically, a research proposal is a document that provides a detailed plan description of the intended research program, how the research program should take place, in what manner the research program should take place. Its entire preparatory document is the research proposal. It is a plan through which we can execute and perform our research.
Nitin, sir.
Uh,
Sir, kindly display the slides.
Slides are being displayed.
It's not
Yeah,
visible.
slides
sir.
are available, but it's not in the presentation mode. Please put in the presentation mode.
Yes, I am trying to put in the presentation mode, but it is not going in the presentation. That's the problem. But slides are visible at your place. It would be visible. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you should continue.
And I'm joining through another one, but there also the problem is the same, that I cannot move into the presentation mode. That is why I have just tried to enlarge it.
Okay, sir, carry on.
Okay. So the next point, it is an outline of the research procedure that provides a summary of the information discussed in a project following the research guidelines. Firstly, the foremost thing that is important is the research guidelines. Each and every funding agencies provides a particular research guidelines. The research guidelines indicates the time for which the research proposal should be executed, indicates the funds which are available, indicates in which direction the research has to go on. So the research proposal must be made under the adequate guidance of the research committees and the research guidance that is being provided by the DBT, DST, or any other funding agencies. Okay, so the research procedure should be in accordance with the research guidance. And lastly, and the most critical part, that is why we are not able to get the research proposals, are that where to find out the call for research projects. How can we determine where is the call for the research projects? And who will tell me that when the research proposal is going to be asked, by which funding agencies, what should be done to grab those research projects? Objectives of the research projects are the most critical part of the research project and is used to describe what a researcher intends to do. What are the things that should be done by the research workers are being included in their objectives. When objectives are being designed, it has to be precisely correct and should be included into the research proposal. There should be not more than 5 objectives. And if there are sub-objectives, then each objective should be containing certain sub-objectives present within themselves, so as to clearly identify that which are the points on which the research is going to be conducted. Next, types of research proposal. If you look at the different types of research proposal, you can find the funding agencies in India usually provides funds under different heads. Which are the different heads under which the funds are being provided? The funds are being provided under the heads of major research projects, minor research projects, visiting or exchange programs. Now, visiting and exchange programs are not a part of research proposal, or this is even not a research proposal or a research projects, but still for budding scientists, for new scientists, for new generations, for our PhD scholars who are just joining our research lab, for them, this visiting or exchange program is of immense use. First, major research projects. A research project that tackles a major environmental or scientific or health challenge is the major research projects. For example, during COVID, there were several different calls which were being organized, which were being given by DBT and BRAC. DBT and BRAC collaborated together with each other. With a capping of 90 lakhs, they used to provide major research projects. And in case of COVID and other deadly diseases, this capping was also not there. So there were professors who were getting a research projects of 5 crores, 10 crores, 15 crores. Usually those research projects which goes in crores are multi-institutional. why multi-institutional projects are being taken into consideration as compared to a single institutional projects. This is because multiple institutes have different types of scientists. They have their own expertise, and all of them can come together to solve a scientific problem. This provides strengthening to the support, as well as the funding agencies can now effectively rely that the project will be completed in one or the other manner. That is why, to gain the trust of the funding agencies, multi-institutional projects are much better as compared to a single institute project. Minor research projects. Now, this is the most important part for young research fellows or for scholars who are doing their masters or PhDs. A research project that is intended to educate masses or to make several scientists to work in a different areas of the country for a common goal, then it is commonly referred to as minor research projects. I started my life with minor research projects only. One of the minor research projects in which any graduate can work is Manav research projects. This is the Manav research project. You can just go there and search on the Google, what is this Manav research project? This is a multi-institutional project in which more than 4 lakh students, usually master's students and even graduates, have taken part in India. And it is based upon the entire sequencing of the genome of an Indian person. Okay. So these types of projects can be taken into part as a part of the academics in graduation as well as PG. Then there is another folder scope research projects. Approximately 700 pupils were being awarded this folder scope research projects, including me. And these 700 pupils were being awarded 8 lakhs rupees by Government of India for 1 year, through which we have to do certain researches on the basis of our projects that we have submitted. Visiting or exchange programs are in between the different countries. For example, Indian-Japan Science and Tech Cooperation Program is one of the cooperation program that is still going on, and its call is going on. In such type of visiting or exchange programs, students, scholars, faculty members are being exchanged in between different countries, especially the countries which are developed, which are technologically advanced, so that the researchers can gain a hand on the technologically advanced instruments which are being available there, as well as these types of projects are a tool to enhance the international cooperation of our country with others. Then there are other different types of research proposals which are still being granted by other funding agencies. You can look here. Let me enlarge this so that others could also view this. See this? Special research projects. There are certain specialized regions in our country, such as the Northeast, such as the medicinal plants from Ladakh. These types of projects are being granted to a particular place only, or are being granted to the academic persons or research workers who want to explore these areas. For example, if you go to DBT website now also, you will find a Northeast research call. You will find a medical plant research call in the Ladakh region. These types of research calls are exclusively for a particular area. Now, supposingly, sir, for example, a student might ask that supposingly, sir, I am sitting in Delhi and I want to apply for a research project. Can I apply in Northeastern research projects? Yes, you can, but you must establish a collaboration with them. Can I apply for Ladakh research project? Yes, definitely. You can apply for a medicinal plant research in Ladakh also. Okay, just you have to have a cooperation with them so that you can establish your links with them, and in cooperation you can become a co-PI. Of course, you cannot become a PI, you cannot become a principal investigator, but you can work with them and enhance your knowledge as well as your skills. And of course, the funding will always be there.
Then the next is social awareness research projects. Now, there are several different types of social awareness research projects which are being advertised by the Ministry of Social Justice or by different funding agencies. These are being advocated to bring social awareness to masses. लोगों के अंदर social awareness लाने के लिए. For vaccination, social malpractices are to be minimized. Gender inequality has to be neutralized. Conservation of medicinal plants, etc. are the sole aims of these social awareness research projects. So supposingly, if some student believe that he or she is doing a social awareness research project, do that social awareness research project will be counted in his academics? Yes, definitely. A social awareness research project is also counted in your academics. It is also counted in your portfolio. So in fact, I am also a member of SSF mission, Swachh Sarthi mission from the Government of India, that is Prime Minister's office. Then there is a school, university, herbal garden projects. And you won't be able to believe that such type of projects, their funding usually lapse because in India, majority of the students and the faculty members do not want to apply in such small social awareness research projects. Why? Because the funding is too low. The entire social awareness research project will have a funding of 1 lakh to 2 lakh. So majority people do not apply. I applied at the time of my MSc, just after my MSc, while doing my research for the Foldoscope research projects. Without having even a single paper, I got that particular first research project on my own. So it is a myth that you should have n number of research paper, you should have n number of genomic sequences or patents to apply for a research project. Firstly, you must apply for the research project. There is no problem to be failed in your first attempt. Because always remember, first attempt, first failure means the first stepping stone towards your success. That's very important. Please move forward. Please let us move forward. Capacity building program. Now there are programs or there are funds which are available from DBT, DST. And these funds are being utilized for developing STI, that is science, tech and innovation building, infrastructure development, laboratory development to help enhance the life of local population. For example, you can just select STI hubs for SC, ST, DST scheme. Then there is a Star College scheme of DBT, Government of India. All these schemes are capacity building programs. That these capacity building programs also have a PI. They also have a project investigator at the college, at the university, even at the school level. And those funds are being utilized by the signature of the PI for developing infrastructure in the school, in the colleges, and in the universities. Of course, these types of capacity building programs are being awarded to the universities who have good NIRF rankings or to the colleges which are best at their place, at their district. Next. Next slide. Just a second. Call for research project proposals. So where can we know about the calls of research proposals? Where are the calls available? And can we find out the calls of research proposals on our own? Yes, definitely you can find out the calls of research proposals on your own. I have tried to illustrate all the different types of funding agencies in which active calls are present. Although in India, more than 25 different funding agencies are functioning according to government census, but the most common funding agencies I have included. And those funding agencies, as well as their websites where you can find each and every call, is given here. For example, if you look in here, and I will request our organizers to kindly forward this PPT to you all after the session gets over, so that you can get all the information in your mobile or in your desktop. You just have to click it, copy it, and then just have to search it. I didn't know whether it will work or not. And here we would be able to find, can I switch the screen, sir? Can I switch the screen from one to another?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्या सर मैं स्क्रीन स्विच कर सकता हूँ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. But how to switch it? Just a second. Okay, I'm trying to switch the screen so that I can show you all the funding agencies and I can provide you the much needed information. Now switching the screen. Just a second. Stop presenting. Windows. Call for proposal. Just a second, sir. No, Windows. Chrome tab.
For start presentation, then we will.
Yes. Just a second, sir. I'm trying to show them what. Here it is. I got it. So you can find in front of you that, see, I have just pasted the things here, and you have gotten all the different types of research proposals which are being there. Now, this is a classical DBT site. This is the site of Department of Biotechnology. You can see here, this is the northeastern call. And to note it out, that this northeastern call has been extended because adequate number of applicants have not even applied to the northeastern call. So less number of applicants have applied that they have increased the time limit. Previously, the time limit was up till 23rd. Now it has been increased up till 1st. Similarly, you find other different types of funding agencies such as DST. Just a second. I will show you one more DST and we can move forward. Here is the DST calls, and you can find all the different types of calls which are there. For application, you just have to click there and you will be moved to a new portal from Government of India. Look here, this is the main website. Just clicking here and you would be able to move to a new portal. Now see this, please look here. Yes. Now, as I have moved here, you can find that these are the different types of funds that are available. Now how to select a particular fund, that which program I'm going to select and in which I would be getting the project for myself. You can see that this is India-Japan Science and Technology Cooperation Program. If you click here, you would be able to find that such type of programs have very less funding, just 25,000, 50,000, or some 45, 50,000, as well as two-way ticket. These are the exchange programs which are being done. Well, moving back to my slide, मैं अपनी slide पे वापस पहुंचता हूं. अगर आपके माइंड में कोई क्वेश्चंस होंगे तो आप पूछ सकते हैं स्लाइड्स के बाद में. So these are the different types of funding agencies. Just a short information. DBT, Department of Biotechnology, DST, Department of Science and Technology, UGC, University Grant Commission, still several fellowships are available. ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, Department of Nuclear Energy, that is Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Indian Council for Social Science Research, this is providing research projects for social science and awareness. Ministry of Environmental, Forest and Climate Changes, especially for pupils working in environmental forestry as well as the climate changes. This ministry is providing the support. UPCST, we all know that, we are from UP. Council of Science and Technology, each and every state in India, from wherever you are, that will have a science research board or a council in the state that would be providing the funding. For example, in Haryana, it is HSCST, Haryana Council for Science and Technology. Then there is MNRE. What is MNRE? Is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. This is a new ministry which has been inaugurated, which is providing the funds to all others. Next, basic components of our research projects. Now, while writing a research project, what are the key important components of a research project and how it should be written? Firstly, the title, followed by an abstract, a brief introduction, review of literature, clear-cut objectives, that what are the objectives that are to be achieved through the study. Then, hypothesis based on classical knowledge and literature. What are the hypotheses through which we can study these particular objectives, the objectives that we have framed? Planned methodology in a step-by-step manner. Ecological economic values. Bibliographic, that is references. Structured budget, that what is the amount of fund that would be required for performing the studies. Now, towards the end, scientific research papers that the author has written, they are being asked. Awards are being asked, patents are being asked, and lastly, there is a declaration, certificate, or administrative permissions from wherever you are working. So basically, this 11th and 12th point, this 11th point especially, adds or increases your chances of getting a research project. But majority of pupils do not apply for it and thinking that only if they will have a 3 impact factor paper, then only they could apply. You can apply through Northeastern grants even if you are having low impact factor papers, or even if you are not having any paper, collaborating with another researcher from the Northeast or from the Ladakh region. That researcher might have a paper. If you are new into the research, you have to choose a good mentor. That's most important. Next is title of research proposal. Now, how the title of the research proposal should be made. Title, it should be concise, descriptive, informative, and catchy. Firstly, it should be short, but still the information must be developed, must be provided to the reader, as well as it should be catchy in certain terms that it could move into the minds of the author and or into the mind of the reader, whoever is evaluating your research proposal, and he find it interesting. Title should be clearly indicating the independent and dependent variables, which are the dependent and which are the independent variables, which are the important keywords for the classification and indexing of the projects. See, each and every project when submitted to a funding agency, they are being classified that under which subtopics or under which call the project has been received. And only if your project have certain keywords, they will move to the second round, as your project will be rejected in the first round itself. So that's very important. It is important to specify any important geographical location that will be taken into investigation. Now, supposingly, everybody used to ask this particular point, how your research proposal is different from my research proposal. And what is so unique in my research proposal that is not present in all others' research proposal. Supposingly, if there is a scientific event, there is a disease, there is an endemic, there is a type of flower or a fruit that is being present only at your geographical location. So writing a research proposal for that particular problem or for that scientific event will give you more chances as compared to writing a journal research project or research proposal. Next, errors in titles. Now, what are the mistakes that usually students do? They become too much excited and they have pre-operative anxiety. For example, a student who is new or a researcher who is new is not able to frame the title effectively. For example, he frames the title something like this: the effect of protein-rich diet in broilers. What could be the effect of protein-rich diet? Now, why this research is being done? What the investigator wants to explore remains unanswered. Why the project has to be taken into consideration? What would be the significance of the work? Nothing is being answered through the title. It should be short, but still descriptive, and should raise a question in the mind of the reader that this particular research article or is interesting, and he or she may also find it very interesting that what could be the possible outcome of this research proposal. Okay, the best research proposals are those which are being explored, which are being ancient times, but the things are not being explored. And then you come out with a new solution for that old existing problems. And if you brings out through new solutions, your project is going to be sanctioned. Next, introduction of research proposals. It provides the reader with the background information. It should have topic area, research questions, and significance of knowledge. Whenever you are going to introduce a research proposal, it provides the reader with the background information that what is the problem that you have identified, what is the area of your work, and what is the major research question in that particular area. And if that question will be answered, do there would be any problem that will be solved? And if there is a question that could be answered and that answer has certain economical or ecological values, then definitely the research proposal will be considered for moving into the next stage. Review of literature. Before making any research proposal, a review of literature or an exhaustive review of literature should be performed on that particular call of research project, so that you can get an idea of the line of research that has been going on in the scientific community. And here, what is already known about the topic and where are the research gaps? These research gaps have to be identified. We didn't have to report every publication, but the key important publication must be reported, cited in the introduction section, in the review of literature, as well as in the bibliography. Review of literature are not summaries, they are argumental. They are not summaries, they are not just a summary of a particular novel type that the students used to write. They are argumentative. That means this particular research proposal, this particular research person says this on the behalf of these experiments done, while the other research person has found out that these research publications are having such type of results because of so and so experimental conditions. If the experimental conditions are being changed, then the results will be altered. Okay, so they must be argumentative. There should be an argument going on in between the different lines of research that the scientists have taken, and then you find out the research gaps out of them. Aim of research proposal. So what is the aim of research proposal? Sorry. Just a second. Aim of research proposal. The aim of the research proposal is about what you hope to do, your overall intention in the project, what you want to know, how you are going to illustrate a particular scientific problem. Any aim is therefore generally broad to include several objectives. See, there is an aim of a research proposal. Aim means to investigate the fermented foods which are being taken in the northeast regions of India. Now, which are the foods that have to be investigated. That is going to be the different objectives. Okay, so one is the aim, another one is the objectives. Next, objectives of research proposal. What are the objectives? The objectives are the specific steps you will take to achieve your aim. What are the different steps that should be taken in order to achieve our aim are the objectives. The research objects or objectives are the goal objectives to be achieved for conducting the research. These must be logical and coherent, feasible, that means they should be achievable. If you make certain goals which are not achievable, or the readers think it can never be achieved, then it is not possible that the project will be sanctioned to you. The objective should be realistic. That means it should be logical. It should be, you should be able to achieve it within a stipulated period of time, because the time is limited. So within that particular time span, you would be able to achieve your goals. Defined in operational terms that can be measured. Your research objectives should be measured in terms of time and the funding that you require to achieve them. Lastly, phrase to clearly meet the purpose of the study. That is relevance of the studies, the importance of the studies, and what conclusions could be drawn from that particular study. Next, how should the objective be stated? How we should determine the objective and how should the objectives be stated? If you look here, you can find, just a second, objectives should be stated as action verbs that are specific enough to be measured. For example, your objectives like to determine, to compare, to verify, to calculate, to describe, etc. One should not use vague non-actional verbs such as to appreciate, to understand, to believe. Okay, so these are not considered good as compared to determine, to compare, to verify, because these are the verbs that are action verbs. Okay, just a bit of English language. Next slide. Journal and specific objectives. What are the journal and specific objectives? The journal objectives of the research is what is to be accomplished by the research project. The aim. The aim was the journal objective of the research project. Whereas a journal objective can have several primary and secondary objectives. In the case of multi-institutional projects, for example, if I am writing a project with a northeastern partner or with any other person, certain objectives will be cleared by me. The experiments for certain objectives will be done by me. And for the other objectives, the other person will be held responsible. Okay, so the objectives should be classified as journal objectives, then primary objectives, and secondary objectives. Questions or hypothesis. The questions or hypothesis should be made. That is, a hypothesis is defined as a tentative prediction or explanation of the relationship between two or more variables. Because while filling the form, you will get a column that is expected outcomes. What could be the expected outcome of your study? Those expected outcomes are included in hypothesis of the study. Then there is unambiguous, clear-cut prediction of expected outcomes. That what could be the expected outcome even if the experiments fails, because negative results are also considered as important as positive results. Statistical analysis of results as well as their validation should be performed, because as a result is considered valid in scientific terminology only when it is statistically sound. Next, methodology. The methodology should cover approach to the questions, the research design, research subject, what is the criteria for the inclusion or for exclusion. That is, when the experiments are being performed, there should be positive and negative controls. The sampling procedures, in the case of research is being done, the type of being done in management, as well as if there is a survey which is being done, control or comparison groups, that is the positive control and the negative control, data that is being required, whether the data is being generated, that is, it is a primary data, or the data is being acquired. In the case of bioinformatics work, the data is being acquired through NCBI or any other source, so that is a secondary data. The analytical techniques that would be explored, that would be used, plan for interpreting the results, what are the different plans, how the results could be interpreted, and if there is any ethical issues which are there during performance of that particular project, especially in animal sciences, in veterinary sciences, ethical clearances from university animal ethical committee is required. Only after taking the clearances, then only the experiments could be planned. Next, chart and timeline. A chart and timeline should be given for each and every objective, that in this particular time span, this particular objective will be achieved. That is, we have to put weeks, days, or month at one side and the task to be completed on the other. We have to make a chart or a table in order to make it easy for the evaluator to assess that under which timeline we would be able to achieve which objective. Generally, the representation is being done by fat lines to indicate the period of the task will be performed and to give a timeline for your research study. There are lines which are being made. There is charts which are being given. The timetable is being provided for the year. For example, if the project is going for 4 or 5 years, then for each and every year, the timeline is being provided that in which year, which objective is going to be achieved. Next, budget. So the budget comes towards the end. The budget translates project activities into the monetary terms, that how much budget or how much financial support will be needed from the funding agency. A proposal budget is with item-wise activities, recurring, non-recurring expenditures, any instrumentation is being required, anything else is being required, all those are being taken into consideration while designing the budget. Human support, that is any JRF, SRF has to be hired or not, all those are being taken into consideration. Indicate how you will the study be financed, how the study is going to be financed. One very important point is that if any infrastructural support is available at your place, okay, so whether your university or your college is going to provide you space, certain key instruments, any type of support that could be available in terms of human resources, in terms of availabilities of labs, etc., that adds on to the reliability of the project so that the project should be awarded to you. Next, after the budget, the bibliographic section or the references section is there. There are several different types of writing style. I prefer Vancouver style of writing. During writing a research project, you can use APA method, or Chicago style. But nowadays, each and every funding agency has designed its own portal. So you didn't have to use any style. They will use their own default style. Even if you are pasting your content into their submission portal, the style will be entirely changed. So do not worry about the referencing style. Okay, but references should be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on in Roman number. References are never to be included in abstract. Key references are to be included during the introduction section. Abstract should be very brief and to the point. Lastly, annexer could be included, which include the interview protocols if you are doing a survey type of research, consent forms from the patients if you are doing research in medical sciences, cover letter to the different stakeholders, official letters of permission to conduct research, original scales or questionnaires that you have framed, as well as all the data that you have collected should be maintained and it should be recorded. That should be presented into the annexer. Usually the funding agencies in our scientific cases in the field of biotechnology or life sciences do not ask for the interview protocols or other things. But yes, in medical sciences, in veterinary sciences, the ethical permissions are essentially required. Lastly, just a piece of advice for all the young researchers present here: try to avoid the plagiarism. As much as plagiarism could be minimized, this will increase your chances of getting a research project or a research proposal. Last, my awards and honors that I have achieved, some of the NCBI sequences which helped me out to achieve my first research project in the year 2018. And this research project came to me in April 2018, and I was able to submit my PhD after that. That is in December 2018. So on the basis of my master's writing, I was able to gain a research project. So nothing is impossible. With this words, I would like to end my session. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed and liked the lecture. Your questions are invited. If you have any query, please ask.
Good evening.
Over to Ashwani, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please,
Yes.
candidates to ask their queries and questions one by one.
Please raise your hands by which we can easily complete your queries. The first one is
Thank you all for your comments.
Gogi Reddy ji. Please. Gogi Reddy ji, please.
Sir, can you please show me again the annexes slide, sir? I have some doubts in the annexes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in the last point, you mentioned the instruments copyrighted, no, sir. Can you elaborate that point?
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Hello.
Sir. I'm listening, sir.
Okay, okay. So, in certain cases, just to be pretty sure that if certain queries comes to you, you must have an ethical permission from the university side to work on that particular instrument. For example, there are precious instruments such as electron microscope at the AIMS or at any other research institute. If you are working, you must take permissions from them and then you can work on it. The proof of purchase is not always required. Only the proof of purchase of the instruments which you purchase through the budget of the project, that is essentially required to be submitted at the time of conclusion of your research project.
Okay, sir. Sir, two more doubts are there, sir. One is regarding this in this slide only. Sir, original scales and questionnaires means how can we get this recently developed scales and questionnaire? Is there any sources will be there, or we have to go through internet and these papers only?
That's a very valid question, sir. Sir, nowadays AI assisted tools are there. They can help you to design questionnaires, and in fact, new questionnaires that
Yes,
are
sir. Yes, sir.
not available. So definitely it could be helpful. But I'm a man of science. I'm a
Yes,
man
sir.
of science, and in my field, the research is not about questionnaires. We are doing experimental based research. So questionnaire based research, I'm not very familiar, but definitely there are softwares which are available which can help you out to develop new questionnaires.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Means I'm asking about the sources of scales. Scales. How can we acquaint those sources? Whether there will be any source, or we should go through the research papers or any journals like that.
Sir, you will definitely get a source, because there is. I have my another lecture with you. In that, I will be discussing this particular point. I will recommend you to attend that also day
Yes,
after
sir. Yes,
tomorrow.
sir. Definitely, sir.
So in that, I will answer your this question, because there I will be telling you about the original sources, how to create it.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more doubt, sir, regarding the research proposal. You said
This
in the website they will announce the proposals. Sir, for suppose if we want to apply for our certain topic, we are doing some PhD on some topic. Can we apply with our topic, or we have to go along with their options only, or we have to go through our options?
See, sir, definitely
Sir?
you can apply your own options. Also, there is no problem at all. You can apply through your own options. uh, to the different funding agencies, but you must see, for example, I was working on biofuels. So I was working on biofuels. My topic fits exactly with MNRE, that is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is much more appropriate to apply to that ministry rather than going to any other ministry.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Okay, so you must a type of an interference between your work and the funding agency. There, if you will apply, you will gain it. Okay, next question, please.
And thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next question from Mansi Das. Mansi Das.
Good evening, sir.
Miss Mansi Das.
Good evening, sir.
One
It's
by
a very nice presentation, and I learned a lot from your presentation. And I too had one project from DBT Biotech. But I have one doubt, like it is regarding the full scope. Can you elaborate on that aspect? Full scope.
this one was the full scope certificate. Yes. Are you able to visualize it?
Yes, I'm able to see, but I just need to understand more about full scope.
Mhm. So this one was a research project which was being advertised by DP, Department of Biology. It was a social awareness type of research project. So there, the social awareness project was there, and luckily, because I was a student and I was studying in my research lab, I came to know about within 4 hours and finalize it up. So we won it. But it is about a microscope that is used to visualize microorganisms. So we have to submit a particular research project. We submitted, and the topic that I did was biodiversity and ecological interaction of algal strains found in local water bodies of Mathura, because I was working in biofuel and my work was on algae, and that topic was not being fitted into folder scope. So I thought, why not to investigate the ecological interaction of algae together with each other, and I submitted that project and I got it. So such type of projects are always there. Still, certain are available at DBT DST websites. You can look at it.
Okay, so thank you. But sir,
Next
still
question
one
is
more
from
question.
Iti Sharma.
Sir, one question.
Yes.
Like that full scope, that instrument, whether they will be supplying us or we have to purchase that one. That is the main.
They
Okay.
supplied the instrument. They provided more than 8 lakh rupees. They provided me at the JRF. So everything was being provided by DBT.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next question from Iti Sharma ji.
Good evening, sir. My
Yes.
question is, hi. My question is, sir, generally in all the project proposal calls available on different sites, eligibility criteria is that you are having the regular position in the institute. So
Yes.
is there any project call which in which the contract faculty can apply or any other options for them?
Yes, it's a very interesting question, Niti ma'am. In fact, I know you. So it's a very interesting question. The same question was being raised at my time when I applied for folder scope. And at that time, I was an SRF. That means not permanent faculty member. So I
Okay.
applied to it, and majority of my colleagues were saying that even you are not eligible to apply for it. I said that let me fail. What is the problem in failing? So failing is
Mhm.
a problem. So basically, you can definitely apply. And if you are on the screen, you are on the screen, you can look at the screen. Hello.
Hello?
Just let me share something with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just a second. Okay. SSF. And I have that SSF uh, fellow. Definitely you can apply. There is no problem at all. 2022 result. I would be sharing a result with you. Uh, can I switch my screen, sir? Just a second. Because this is a very important question the student must know. Just a second, sir. I'm sharing my screen. Please have the patience. I didn't know whether I would be able to. Chrome tab. Okay. So see this project that you can find it over your screen. Okay. You finding this over your screen?
Yes, sir, it is. Sir.
Now this is a very basic project from Government of India. You can find the Government of India logo. I am describing it through my cursor. Okay, and these are the different types of fellows which are there, and you will be shocked to know that at the age of 65, my mother was interested in that particular project and she got it, and she is from arts, having no regular position, having no academic position, having no exposure for academics since the last 45 years of her life. She didn't have any academic position. So everything is possible. Everything is possible. The only thing that is important is your determination. That will be definitely checked. If you are determined, you will get it. Nobody can keep. Okay.
That was great, sir. That was great. Effort I appreciate, and I also try
I was
to.
very shocked. I was very shocked when she got it because, in fact, I was thinking that she would get it. So, but she got it and she was very happy that now I am also working on a research project. So everything could be done. So nothing is impossible.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much for this information.
Next question, please. Next question, Ashwini ji.
Good evening, sir.
Are you there?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, I have one question regarding research proposal. What do you mean by project executive in research proposal? And if anyone is continuing his PhD, then what is a better option for that? He join the project if the project have support with the project and any agency want to give the project.
Sir,
Either it or to the PhD.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I'm not able to get your voice. It is requested to you. Please write your question on the WhatsApp group. I am having that in front of me also. I will answer your question definitely. Please, you write your question, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Please write your question. I will come back to you.
Okay.
Ashwin,
Next question is from Priyanka Sharma ji.
Priyanka ma'am.
Priyanka ma'am.
Oh, she is
Priyanka
not there.
ma'am. Priyanka ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Priyanka Sharma ji. And I
Sir.
think all questions are completed and there is no queries from the participants.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I am Krishan Lal from Himachal Pradesh. Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Sir, I would like to ask a question that only if there is any call for proposal, only then we should apply, or Otherwise, also we can apply. Regarding UGC, I am asking regarding UGC. Most of the time, there is no call from UGC. So should we apply there or not?
Sir, firstly, during the call, the chances of getting a project greatly increases because the funds are already allocated to that particular agency. So when the funds are available, they will provide you. I'm coming back to your question. Can we apply without the call? Definitely you can apply, because there are project proposals which are invited throughout the year. So there you can invite, you can give your project throughout the year, as well as I will recommend you that you should apply through the state funding agency. For example, in case of UP, it is UPCST. They never give the call, they ask others to submit their call, submit their papers. You are from Himachal.
Yes, sir.
So Himachal is would be having at Panchkula, there is HPSC is there, na?
Shimla, sir. Himachal Pradesh Council of Science and Technology at Shimla.
You should apply there, because that funding agency will provide you funds, because that funding agency do not entertain anybody else from India. So they will be providing the funds to your state people only. So your chances of getting the funds will be drastically increased there as compared to UGC, as compared to any other funding agency. But definitely you can apply to UGC also, no problem.
Right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Sir, there is a question from Dr. Anita Sinha, ma'am. Can contractual faculties apply for project or not?
Yes, definitely you can apply. Definitely you can apply for the projects. Now, this is a type of scenario in which you need to take a permission from the higher authorities of your institution. If they have no objection, if they provide you a no objection certificate, then you can apply. And even if they provide you that they had a particular objection, then you would be working at a particular institute where some of the faculty members will be permanent. You can take a reliable person as the PI and can join yourself as a co-PI in that project. So definitely you can apply. You will get the funds, you will get the experience, as well as, in fact, co-PI positions are also advocated in DBT. You will get your name also on the certificates. So there is no problem in starting your life as a co-PI also. You can apply.
There is another question from Roshni RJ. She want to elaborate the how to join the Manav project.
Yes. Now, how to join the, is there any time period in which these projects are announced? I'm also getting those questions. Just first question about Manav project. Now see, this Manav project was always on since the last 2 years. Students were joining. Okay, so there are funding agencies, there are projects, and students projects are also there, which are being given. From time to time, we used to get the information. But yes, there is a problem that how those informations are being passed to the student, because majority of the faculty members and schools and colleges are not advocating it. Manav project could be joined through Manav website. Okay, so you can search Manav project. You can write to me. You can call me. I will definitely help you out better. So that could be done. Next question.
Question from Dr. Sivali Chauhanji. Is there any time period in which these projects are announced?
No, there is no specific time period in which a project is being announced. There is no specific time period. Projects are being announced as soon as the budget comes. So the best time of getting a particular project is from after the announcement of the budget from the government. That is towards the end of March. The budget is being allocated to different funding agencies in April. So May and June are the May, June, July. This particular time is the most important time where maximum number of projects are being advocated or announced.
Mr. Syed Nadimuddin dropped his question. What do you mean by the project executive in research proposal and during PhD? Can anyone apply for a research project or not? What is better?
Firstly, as the question raised is about a PhD scholar doing PhD. So firstly, yes, a PhD scholar can also apply for a project. In fact, Inspire Fellowship is a project-oriented fellowship. Kiran Fellowship, the Women Fellowship. Another question is there about the Women Fellowship. Kiran Fellowship, that is an Inspire Fellowship. Look at the DBT website. At the DBT website, you would be able to find these fellowships. Okay, so just a second, because somebody has asked me. So please, can I move to that particular section, and I will resolve both of these questions. अश्वनी जी, हमारे पास में टाइम है?
हाँ, पूरा है सर, 8:30 तक है।
इतना फिर भी मतलब जस्ट अ सेकेंड, मतलब टाइम कंस्ट्रेन हो तो सर मुझे बता दीजिएगा। आई विल मूव।
कोई जब तक आपका है, जब तक क्वेश्चंस हमारे आ रहे हैं, तब तक आप कर लीजिए गाइस।
Now let me switch the screen. Now this one was the DST. Here I have just clicked it up. Okay, let me present the screen. Here, when you are clicking here at the on the DST website, you are able to go to another tab. And in this tab, you can find knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing the Kiran Fellowship. This is a fellowship which is being awarded through a particular project to female candidates. Just a second. This is the fellowship. So definitely the fellowship could be applied, but here the scholar is not going to apply the fellowship. The fellowship will be applied by a principal investigator who is a scientist, who is at a permanent position, or even at a contextual position. If the particular person is there, he can become a co-guide of that particular scholar and apply for this particular fellowship, which will be counted as a project to that particular scientist, and the fellowship is being given to that particular girl child who is working for her PhD. So these are the things. Just a second. These are all the active calls for proposals. You can just look here. Web of Fellowship, STI Hub, I have already told you. Capacity building, for these are the capacity building fellowships. Then this is the visiting fellowship with Japan. All these fellowships are there, and their start date, their end date, and these are the programs for the female candidates. Okay, coming back to the female candidates, the Vice Kiran Fellowship. Then there is Vice PhD Fellowship, International Cooperation Fellowships. These fellowships and these programs are open throughout the year. So definitely you can apply, but for the students, it is very, very difficult to get a research project on their own. I will definitely recommend them to keep in touch with some good scientists who can help them out, because to students, the projects are very rarely given, but yes, they are given. It's not like that it is never given. Can I move back to the screen? Any other question?
Sir, is there Poonam Panwar ma'am said that I want to know about women scientist programs.
That is what I have shown, sir, here, that Vice Kiran and Vice Kiran, this is Women Instruct for Developing and Unleashing in Scientific Height and Innovation. These are the two programs which are there. You can go through them. You can just click on them and they will get open. See this? There is the call that has been opened, and now you can just download it. It is active throughout the year. Dr. Vandana Singh is there at DST, and you will be able to open it out from the downloads. There you will get it, all the terms and conditions that are possible. If you want to ask about any specific terms and condition, please ask. Okay, otherwise the procedure is the same.
And question from Anju Tanwar ma'am. Ma'am, please say.
Nitin sir, first of all, I should like to thank you for such a nice and informative presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So my question is about, can you tell us about postdoctoral fellowships? Something about PDFs.
Yes. There is the Kothari Fellowship and other different fellowship. Just a second. Let me just move to my presentation and get that link. Yes. Some question about UGC was there, na? on the UGC website, all these fellowships are being advertised. Can I have that? See, I have moved to the University Grant Commission website. All those links are provided in the PPT, and I will make it sure that Ashwini ji send it to you all. Okay, so that
Yes,
you
sir.
can
I can attach this all with the YouTube link.
definitely. So you will get it. Now, these are the different types of fellowships which are available from DBT. You can find that there is DS Hari grant, which is a postdoctoral fellowship. You can see that Dr. S. Radhakrishnan grant is also a postdoctorate fellowship. Now, this is Savitribai Phule Fellowship for a Single Girl Child, Research Grant for In-Service Faculty Members, Research for Superannuated Faculty Members. All these grants are there. So definitely you can go through their eligibility and guidelines. And if you find any problem, any question in eligibility, in guidelines, you can ask me. There is a new postdoctorate fellowship which has been advocated by BIRAC. Very less applicants were there. BIRAC postdoctorate. BIRAC postdoctorate.
Please repeat DRAC or BRAC. What did you say?
Sir, just a second. It will come at your screen. It will come at your screen.
Okay.
Please look here. This is the BIRAC Innovative Fellowship. This is the BIRAC Innovative Fellowship. And one of our students got it. This is BIRAC, B-A-R-C. I don't know whether you are from life sciences, biotechnology, which background you are from. So
I am from physics. I am from physics.
You are from physics. Okay, okay. Just give me a second. See, this is the fellowship. Is this visible on your screen, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
This is the fellowship, BIRAC Innovative Fellows for Postgraduate and PhD, as well as BIRAC EUA Fellow for undergraduate students. So even undergraduates and postgraduates, both are being given fellowship from BIRAC. Every
Sir,
year.
can social science students apply for BIRAC, sir?
Which?
Social sciences, sir. Social sciences.
Social sciences. Social sciences student, you will have to go through the eligibility criteria, sir. Every eligibility criteria I cannot remember thoroughly. I'm guiding a student, but it is very difficult for me to remember everything. Just a second. You will have to go through the eligibility criteria because there are eligibility criteria. It is clear that undergraduate students can. Now, which undergraduate? What is the eligibility criteria? Everybody asked have different eligibility criteria. You should go to the. You have asked me about social sciences now. Just a second. About social sciences research. Here is it. I will show you the social sciences research.
ICSSR is there, sir. But
yes. ICSSR is there. Yes, ICSSR is there. So I collaborative research proposal is there. So you can look at it. And there is other association. One association, one very good association I found. That is Natural History Organization was there. Some natural history. INSA was also there. INSA was also providing certain fellowships. Indian National Science Academy. Oh, it is INSA, Indian National Science Academy.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So INSA was also providing the fellowship. Next candidate, please.
Mr. Ajay Suklaji. Mr. Ajay Suklaji, please ask your question.
Faculty fellowships, all these visiting scientist fellowships, all these fellowships are being provided by INSA also. Call conferences, etc. Next question, please.
Mr. Ajay Suklaji, are you there? Okay, next, Ms. Ava Goyal ji.
Wish you very good evening, sir, and thank you so much for this nice session. Sir, please can you elaborate PhD scholars for fellowships, eligibility criteria for statistics faculty, sir, agricultural statistics student I am. So, for which fellowship I can apply? Can you elaborate this, please?
Wise fellowship that I was showing you, I was just showing you the
Okay.
wise fellowship. Wise fellowship is for female. It is for female. You are a female. So there is no competition with the male candidates there. And very less number of females are going in higher research and other things. Still it is comparatively less. Okay. So you will definitely get an upper hand in wise fellowship. See on your screen, screen is being shown. I didn't know. Just a second.
No, sir.
Screen नहीं दिख रहा है क्या?
No, sir.
Okay, just a second, Let me show you the screen. Okay, Wise Fellowship was having an age limit problem. That is what some candidates were saying. Just a second. No, it is not like that. Who was saying that? I didn't know who you were, but you were in the group. So please correct yourself that Wise Fellowship is having an age limit from 27 years to 45 years. Okay. So 27 years to 45 years. I do think it is an adequate timing that a female can get the fellowships. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Wise Fellowship is
Okay,
from
sir.
27 to 45 years. 27 to 45 years is an adequate time span. And then the age limit is also relaxed for SC, ST, and PH candidates. Next question, please.
Sir, is there any scholarship for statistics faculty, especially or statistics students?
See, for statistics students, effectively, there is an Indian Statistical Institute, ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. There is an statistical institute that also provides certain fellowships. So if you are moving in an allied field, such as life sciences or any other field, where your stats potential could be used, that would be advantageous to you.
Thank you, sir.
Question from the Priyanka Sarmaji, as she is from Northeast. He asked a question: if she would like to work collaboratively with the Institute of other state of India, what be the procedure to approach the scientist of her domain, particularly agriculture?
Northeast, you are getting so much amounts of fund. There is no capping for Northeast. For Northeast, there is not even a capping of 90 lakh rupees. So you are getting so much amount of funds. In fact, all other peoples want to work with you. So if you are there, I will request you to give me your mail ID. I will definitely work with you. So because you are at Northeast, so Northeast is getting so much amount of funds. And for every scientist want to work with Northeast. If you are in permanent position, you are at a very solid position. Please apply for a research. Yes.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I'm in a permanent position only. I'm working as an assistant professor in Assam Agricultural University in Jorhat campus, sir. So, sir, my question is that recently I have joined just last year, so I do not have much idea about bringing projects and working collaboratively with the other institutes. So, I would be much happy, sir, like if you would help me to get such projects, and I would be very fortunate to work under you, sir. Like if you're interested to work with me, sir. And basically, I'm from agriculture background, sir.
Definitely, ma'am. Everybody would like to grab research projects, and Northeast people getting research project very easily. So definitely you write to anybody and everybody would like to work with you. Regarding my case, I would definitely like to work with you and under your guidance because you will become the PI. I can only become co-I. See, this is a condition of Northeast by the DBT and DST that only Northeast people will become the principal investigator. The other collaborators will become only the co-Is and they will only receive a sum of 30% of the total funds. So approximately if fund is 1 crore, you will receive 70 lakhs and the other peoples will receive 30 lakhs. That's a condition, but definitely you can work and you can approach anyone. Even if you do not approach anyone, you just submit your project in DBT. DBT will approach other persons to you. So you didn't have to worry about anything. You just have to worry about writing a project and submitting it up. Regarding my case, I will definitely like to work with you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your information, sir. Sir, can I get your email ID?
Sir, ma'am, I am in the group. You will get it. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
I think all queries are done. There is no queries from participants. Then
Okay. So it was. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your interactive and very important lecture on the topic. Dr. Manish sir is there. Dr.
Hello.
Manish sir.
My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Good evening, all of you. And thank you very much. Such a nice presentation given by Dr. Nitin Wahi, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And
thank you, sir.
Now our second session now is not acting, but we are providing a feedback form of our speakers. So kindly share the Google form to all of participants, and I hope so we will receive good reviews from participants. Thank you very much to all of you. So we will meet tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.